Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to break down complex stuff into insights you can, well, actually use right away. And today we're tackling something I know I've personally wrestled with for ages, and I bet many of you have too. That whole nightmare of perfecting your resume, right? Spending weekends, like agonizing over every single word, convinced that, I don't know, one wrong verb is going to torpedo your chances. And the worst part, even after all that time, it just felt, I don't know, like something was missing. Super frustrating. But then, things changed for me. I found a way to turn that whole multi-day slog into just a few hours. And not just faster, but honestly, better. More precise, more impactful that I could manage on my own. And the secret. It was all about really understanding AI prompts. Now, I know when most people hear AI prompt, they probably think, I don't know, asking for a funny poem or a quick definition. But here's the thing, the real eye-opener for me. If you write them correctly, these prompts, they're not just for fun. They can seriously become your career accelerator. It's like a total shift in how you approach work. You go from just knowing about something to actually, doing it, making things happen.
That's a brilliant setup, because that's exactly our mission today, really, to dive into what we call practical prompts. We want to unpack what they are, how they're fundamentally different from those more general prompts you might know, and crucially, how you can use them as a tool, a really powerful one, to speed up your career growth. Because they give you results you can use immediately, actionable stuff. We're talking outputs you can, quite literally, like you said, directly land into your work, your job applications. Minimal rework needed.
Yeah, that directly land idea, that's what really got me hooked. So let's get right into that. What is a practical prompt? How is it different from just any old prompt? What makes it, practical?
Good question, and it really gets to the heart of the value here. So broadly speaking, you can think of prompts in two main buckets. First, there's what I call a theoretical prompt. Think of these like asking a question in class or maybe querying a database. You're asking the AI for information, for knowledge, theories, definitions, that kind of thing, like explain blockchain or what are the causes of inflation. The output, it's informative, it helps you understand something. You read it, you learn. But you don't usually do anything directly with the text itself. But then you have practical prompts. These are designed totally differently. Their whole purpose is to generate something actionable, something usable, something you can apply straight away. Think like ready to go, resume bullet points, or maybe an analytical summary for a presentation. Even the slide content itself already structured. And the key difference, the really crucial bit, is that the output has to be directly applicable. There's a great phrase in Mandarin. It means it can, like, hit the ground running. It doesn't just explain how to write a resume bullet point. It helps you write the actual bullet point, ready to use. The AI isn't just your teacher here. It's more like your super efficient assistant churning out tangible results.
That makes perfect sense. It's moving past theory into actual doing. It's like turning the AI from just a library into an actual, production engine. So, okay, following that idea, where do these practical prompts really make a difference in the workplace? What are some specific situations where they, truly shine?
Oh, they're incredibly versatile. Once you start thinking this way, you'll see opportunities everywhere. But some key areas, well, job seeking is a huge one, like you mentioned. Optimizing your resume, tailoring it perfectly to a specific job description, that's a classic. Crafting cover letters that actually sound like you and hit the key points the employer wants. And even prepping for interviews, generating practice answers based on your experience in the role. Helps you articulate things much better.
Okay, resumes and interviews, definite pain points. What else?
Data analysis, huge time saver here. Imagine you've got a spreadsheet full of sales numbers or maybe customer feedback. Instead of manually crunching numbers and trying to spot trends, a practical prompt can summarize it, find anomalies, pull out key insights. It turns that mess of data into something you can actually present quickly.
Wow, okay. That sounds incredibly useful.
Then there's content creation. Think marketing copy, social media posts, emails, newsletters. It can save hours on drafting and brainstorming, especially if you need different versions for different places. And for anyone dealing with lots of information, research organization is another big one. Summarizing dense articles, comparing different products or ideas in a table, distilling lots of sources into something digestible. It's really about managing information overload and turning it into structured knowledge you can act on.
That's incredibly powerful. Honestly, just the resume part alone, cutting down that time, that's huge for so many people listening. I know I'm not the only one who dreads that resume rewrite cycle, so I'm really keen to get into a specific example. Let's talk resume optimization using practical prompts. What are the key techniques? How did you actually do it?
Absolutely. It's a great place to start because it's so relatable and the results are, well, very visible. I can walk you through exactly how I used one. It made a massive difference, not just in speed, but the quality, honestly. So the first step was simple. I just took one of my original resume bullet points, pretty generic, and I pasted it into the AI tool. Then I gave it a really specific prompt. I actually wrote, "You are a senior tech recruiter with 10 years of experience. Please rewrite my resume bullet points using the STAR method, quantify the achievements, and tailor it for the following job description." And then, right after that colon, I pasted the entire job description I was targeting.
Okay, senior tech recruiter, STAR method, quantify, and the job description. Now, that sounds specific.
Exactly. And there are three key techniques baked into that prompt that make it work so well. You need these for any good practical prompt. First, role setting. This is critical. You're telling the AI who to be. Senior tech recruiter. This loads its response with the right perspective. It thinks like a recruiter, prioritizing what they look for. It's not just giving an answer, it's giving the right kind of answer.
Got it. So it adopts the right mindset.
Precisely. Second, clear format. You need to specify the structure. Here, I asked for the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. And importantly, I explicitly asked it to quantify achievements. Don't just say, improve this. Say, rewrite using STAR and add numbers. You have to be direct.
Okay, be specific about the how.
Yes. And third, arguably the most important, provide context. Give it all the relevant background. Pasting in that job description was essential. Without it, the AI is just guessing what's important for that specific role. The more context the job description, maybe company info, your specific goals, the better the AI can tailor the output to be truly directly applicable.
That makes total sense. Role, format, context. Okay. So can you show us the difference? What did the before and after actually look like?
Oh, the difference was stark. My original bullet point was in Mandarin, but it basically translated to responsible for developing internal company systems, improving efficiency.
Okay. Accurate, but yeah, bit vague. Doesn't really say much.
Exactly. It's okay, but it lacks punch, doesn't quantify anything. Then the AI, using that prompt with the role, format, and context, rewrote it to this. Led the development of an internal workflow automation system, reducing task processing time by 35% and saving 120 man-hours per month.
Wow. Okay. That is night and day. Seriously. Led workflow automation, 35% reduction, 120 man-hours. That jumps right out. As someone looking at resumes, that tells me exactly what you did and the impact it had. That's a huge win.
Exactly. It's not just fancier words, it's tangible value. A recruiter sees that number, that percentage, and immediately understands the scale of your contribution. It lands differently, makes it concrete.
Absolutely brilliant example for anyone working on their resume right now. Game changer. Okay, so let's switch gears a bit. You mentioned data analysis earlier. How does this practical prompting idea work there? Taking, as you said, a bunch of numbers and turning it into something actionable quickly, because that's another big time sink for people.
Definitely. It's another area where it saves incredible amounts of time and mental energy, frankly. So imagine you've got that sales data table, weekly figures, maybe by product, by region, whatever, or maybe it's website clicks or customer feedback scores. And you need to figure out what's going on, find the important trends, maybe spot some issues, and then tell management, right? Instead of spending hours in Excel trying to manually calculate things and figure out the story, you use a prompt.
Okay, so what would that prompt look like?
Something like this. You are a data analyst. Please analyze the following sales data set. Then you'd paste the data. Then you'd continue. Step 1. Summarize key statistics like total revenue, average sale value, growth rate, things like that. Step 2. Identify any anomalies or unusual patterns, maybe a sudden dip or spike. Step 3. Provide 3 key insights and actionable recommendations and bullet points for senior management. Focus on growth opportunities or efficiency gains.
So you're giving it clear steps and telling it who the audience is, management.
Exactly. The role setting, data analyst, and the clear goal, summarize, find anomalies, give recommendations, are key. And here's a little advanced tip I sometimes use. You can add, for each insight, suggest a suitable chart type for visualization.
Oh, interesting. So it helps you think about how to present it too.
Right. The AI probably can't make the chart itself yet, reliably anyway, but it can suggest, use a bar chart for this comparison, or a line graph would show this trend well. That saves you another step, helps you think visually straight away. It takes you from raw data to essentially structured presentation points much, much faster.
That's incredibly efficient. It's like having an instant analyst assistant who also gives presentation tips. So across these examples, resumes, it feels like there are some core principles at play. What's the, the secret sauce the foundational elements for writing really effective, practical prompts.
Yeah, I think you can boil it down to 3 essential elements. Get these right, and your prompts will be much more powerful. They're the pillars, really. We've touched on them, but let's crystallize them. First, role setting. Role. We saw this with the recruiter and the analyst. Clearly define who the AI should be. Is it an expert marketer, a legal reviewer, a technical writer? This shapes the output's tone, focus, and expertise level. Crucial.
Okay, roll. Got it.
Second, clear goal. Goal. Be super specific about what you want. Not just analyze this, but analyze this to find X, Y, and Z and present it as bullet points. What's the specific task? What should the output look like? The more precise you are, the better the result. No guesswork for the AI.
Right. Specificity in the task. Makes sense.
And third, complete context. Context. Give the AI everything it needs to do the job properly. That means pasting in the resume section, the job description, the data table, maybe background info, company style guides, whatever is relevant. Don't make it hunt for information or make assumptions. Provide the full picture up front.
Role, goal, context. Okay, that seems like a solid foundation.
And actually, to help remember these and just to check my own prompts before I hit send, I use a little formula I call the MATE method.
Mate. Okay, tell me more.
Yeah, M-A-T-E. It just helps ensure I've covered the bases. M is for mission. What's the overall objective? What are you trying to achieve with this prompt? A is for assignee. Who should the AI be? What role is it taking on? T is for task. What specific actions does the AI need to perform? What are the steps? What's the deliverable? And E is for expectation. What format, tone, length, or specific content elements do you expect in the output?
Mission, assignee, task, expectation.
I like that. That's a really practical checklist. Easy to remember. It forces you to be deliberate, doesn't it? Instead of just firing off a vague request. Exactly. It makes you structure your own thinking first, which leads to much better AI outputs.
Okay, so we know how to write good prompts using MATE, but AI isn't magic, right? We've all seen it generate weird stuff sometimes. What are the potential traps or limitations we need to watch out for, especially with these practical prompts where we want usable output?
Absolutely right. It's a tool, a powerful one, but not infallible. Knowing the limits is key. One big one is hallucination. Sometimes the AI just makes things up. It states facts or figures confidently that just aren't true or aren't in the source material you gave it.
Right, I've heard about that. How do you deal with it?
Verification. Always, always double-check critical information, especially numbers, names, specific claims, against your original sources or known facts. Don't just trust it blindly. Another limitation is a lack of deep professional depth. AI is amazing, it simulates expertise well, but for really niche, specialized fields or things requiring deep industry intuition or maybe emotional intelligence, it might fall short. It might give you a solid general strategy, but miss the subtle nuances only a human expert in that specific microfield would know.
So it's brilliant generalist, maybe not always a deep specialist.
That's a good way to put it. You might need to guide it more, provide more specific constraints or examples for those really specialized tasks. And finally, sometimes the output format just needs tweaking. The content might be 90% there, but maybe the tone is slightly off for your company's voice, or the formatting isn't quite right for your presentation template. It often needs a final human polish.
Okay, so hallucinations, maybe lack of deep niche expertise, and needing format tweaks. Good things to keep in mind.
Which leads to my kind of rule of thumb, really. Think of AI as doing maybe 80% of the heavy lifting. It handles the drafting, the initial analysis, the structuring. It gets you most of the way there fast. But that crucial final 20%, that's where you come in. Human review, refinement, optimization, checking for accuracy, adding your unique insights, ensuring quality.
The 80-20 rule for AI, I like that. It sets the right expectation. AI empowers you. It doesn't just replace you. You become the editor, the validator.
Exactly. And that shift from doing the grunt work to doing the strategic refinement, that's where the real career acceleration happens. You're leveraging the tool to operate at a higher level.
That's a really powerful takeaway.
Yeah.
So for everyone listening who's thinking, okay, I want to try this, what's the absolute best way to just get started with practical prompts? What's step one?
Honestly, just do it. Pick something real. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect prompt idea. Find a task you actually need to do today or this week. Is it writing a tricky email? Summarizing meeting notes? Trying to rephrase that awkward bullet point on your resume? Brainstorming blog post ideas? Pick one small, concrete thing. Think about main mission, assignee, task, expectation. write the prompt, see what happens.
So learn by doing, immediate application.
Absolutely. That's how you'll really see the benefits, the time saved, the usable output. It's incredibly motivating when you see it work on your own tasks. Start small, experiment, iterate. You'll get better at writing prompts pretty quickly.
Fantastic advice. Just start. Practical prompts really do seem like a powerful way to make yourself more efficient, more impactful, and honestly, free up brain space for more important stuff. It feels like a crucial skill going forward.
Definitely. And looking ahead to our next deep dive, I'm actually planning to talk about something related. I want to share some personal insights on interviewing for AI positions, what kinds of questions come up, strategies I've used myself when I was making that transition.
Oh, wow. Okay, interviewing for AI jobs. That sounds incredibly relevant for a lot of people right now. Definitely don't want to miss that one. Well, for today, this has been incredibly insightful. Thank you so much for tuning into the deep dive. If you found this useful, please subscribe so you catch the next one. And we'd genuinely love to hear from you. What's a problem you've solved recently with a prompt? Or maybe, what's a task you're going to try using a practical prompt on this week after listening? Let us know. Until next time.